Hi, my name is Nina Amora, and I'm the creator of Live Embodied. And today I wanted to share with you a few tips around identifying what your process is and trusting yourself. So initially, I trusted other people for their guidance, or I bought into that prescribed template, the one where you go to school, you find a job, or you get married and you have kids and you have a house and the whole 9 yards. And in time, I realized that when I was listening to other people and trusting their guidance, it didn't always feel that fulfilling, or something always felt a little off, or it wasn't right. And when it didn't work out, I was a bit resentful towards them, even though I ultimately had the final decision. And I found that, as I was getting older, that I didn't follow, or my life wasn't tracking along with that prescribed template. And at times in my work situation, I had been laid off. So I was in the space of like, now what? What am I going to do? And I would say maybe 5-6 years ago, I got to this point where I was going to decide for myself, and I was going to explore and seek what it was that I truly wanted. What did my spirit, my heart, my soul want to do? What would make me happy, and what would my life look like? What is the life that I wanted to create? And if I wasn't going to follow this prescribed template, what was my template? What was my process for creating this life? So what I'm going to share with you are some steps that I've done myself, and have worked with some of my clients to identify what your process is. And this is the sort of mind action portion of my framework. The movement aspect, the body expression, the body language aspect, I do more in my private work, and I find that that combination and integrating the two can be very powerful. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to go through these steps. What you'll need is a piece of paper and a pen or pencil. And what I want you to do is to create 2 columns. Okay, so you have like one column and the second column. And before we get into writing anything, I want you to reflect back on a time where you said yes. Yes to taking that trip, yes toward your desire. It could be recent, it could be years ago. And I want you just to kind of close your eyes, feel into that moment, think back on sort of what that moment was. And I want you to write that yes moment at the top of column 1. And then what I want you to do is, again, as you're thinking about it, what are some of the positive and negative things that might have happened? Because it could have gone both ways. What happened? What are those feelings? And now that you've kind of got that in the front of your mind, I want you to list in the first column the steps and feelings, like what was either the initial impetus for that desire or moving towards it. And you might find as you're going through this, you're going to start to remember like increment the steps in order, in chronological order, or you might like go back and realize like, wait, there was a step 1.2 before 2, and so on and so forth. So just go ahead and like take a few minutes to write in order what the events that happened as you were moving towards this desire and saying yes to it. And then once you've done that, the next step is I want you to circle and highlight those sort of milestone moments, those like, oh my gosh, if I didn't have this conversation with so-and-so, it wouldn't have led me to this. Like, what those kind of pivotal moments are. So I want you to circle and highlight that. Now that column 1 is filled out, I want you to think about kind of like where your current work in progress yes is. You haven't fully completed moving towards this desire or taking action, but it's like you're in the work in progress. You are still fleshing it out, and I want you to put that at the top of the second column. What is that desire? What is that thing that you said yes to? And then, like the first column, you're going to write the steps in order, kind of where you are up until this point. You can easily backtrack where you are today. What was the step you took before that? How are you feeling? And just keep going back. Now, just like the first one, you're going to take, and you're going to look at the second column, and you're going to circle and highlight those kind of pivotal moments. Again, conversations, actions that you've taken. And now that you've got column 1 and column 2 outlined, you're going to then compare. Are there any similarities? Are there things that you're noticing, either conversations that you're having, sensations and feelings that you're having, and fears that are coming up that you ended up either are currently moving through or you have moved through them? And what you're going to see is your process. So congratulations. This is your process of how you're saying yes, how you're learning to trust yourself, and how you're gaining that confidence to take the next one. Because clearly in the first column, you have plenty of evidence to see that you've done this once before and you can do it again. Now, what I know is you're going to continuously refine and repeat this. So while you're doing this exercise now, you're going to remember, I don't know, minutes, hours, or days or weeks from now, like, oh, I remember this happened, so you can insert that. So you're going to continually refine this and see. And as you move through to creating and taking those steps in your next desire, you will find new things and feel more confident in trusting where you are in your process. Now, if this is really working for you, please let me know. I'm very curious to see what you got out of this process identification. And if you want to take the next step or add the added layer to embodying this and seeing what your body has to say, you can go to my website. It's ninaamora.com. That's NINNAAMORA.com, and you can set up a time to chat with me, and we can get you living more embodied. Thanks for watching.